Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakatahawa, Brakatahawa Shai. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone that teach us truth, which I believe through the Spirit is 100% of the truth. My brother Malakama is doing the lesson today. It's going to be on these so-called gatekeepers, these people of our community who work against our people achieving in this society. They work hand in hand with the enemy to destroy our people. And they do it for a little bit of prizes or trinkets that the devil gives them, to put them in a status above their so-called peers, people of their nation. And we have a lot of gatekeepers in this time, these people that come up in these secret societies, they bring them up, they tell them like they belong to something, like they belong to this system, but the whole time they're being used and destroyed. And it's been going on ever since the time of Yahweh Shai. You had gatekeepers on that time, those Sadducees and Pharisees, they worked hand in hand with the Roman government to keep our people oppressed. And it goes back to the time of Egypt. Our people want to return, try to convince the tribe to return back to Egypt. So we always had these gatekeepers, just be recycled back through the system, through reincarnation, and they're still here today. And so we have to be mindful of that. You got the gatekeepers now that are entertainers, ball players. These people are easily compromised because they've been indoctrinated to a system that allows them to kind of move a little freely in this society. They give them a halfway decent house, halfway decent home, car, and these things which they really don't own, because he can always come back and take that shit from them anytime they want. And you see a lot of these brothers, when they're done with them, they use them up, and then they'll either send a nigger woman or either Becky, the white woman, and come and set him up and end up taking his goods, taking everything he has to break him down. Well, let's start off with the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 23. Shalakia. I'll go to Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 15. He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord, Yahweh. So you have these people who are always making excuses for, you need to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. We get it. But you can't deny that there's a play in action to keep our people destroyed systematically on a grand level, And that's why you find most of you Israelites, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are always going to be at the bottom of society. And really, Judah, the tribe of Judah, you so-called Black Americans, you're the main threat that they go after, because Judah's the chief tribe. They know that once you fall in order and get your shit together, the other tribes are going to fall right in order after you. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 23. Which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. So they justify the wicked for a reward, man. And like I said, they've always been done this throughout history, They find these jakes that are easy to compromise. Even your Martin Luther King just had his birthday here recently, and come to find out he was compromised. You can find pictures of him shaking hands with the Rothschild. These people worked against our people prospering in the society. Malcolm X, another one that was compromised. A lot of these guys, the so-called leaders that they put in front of you, these people are COINTELPRO. That means they can control the opposition, so they can steer them in a way. And a lot of these Israelite groups out here, you have to be mindful of them. Don't think that Eda don't know that a lot of Jakes are waking up, so how can he steer him on the wrong path? Is putting these by funding these Israelite leaders to guide Jake from following the name, the true teaching of the Lord, You got somebody here teaching that all tribes can, all nations can be saved, which is nothing but a lie that goes against the Bible. Those that don't want to allow their congregation to teach the true name of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Then you got some that teaches against the MOTB, the mark of the beast. So they teach a different doctrine that's going to lead our people to death. So you have to ask yourself, either the truth is not in them, or they've been compromised, COINTELPRO. We have to realize that we're in servitude under a wicked system, man. One that's much worse than what it was at the time of Egypt. One that's a lot worse than it was, during the time of Christ, during Yahushua, he was here. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord Yahweh. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh of Israel against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and given them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord. So a lot of these pastors that we have in these church houses, they've been compromised already from the beginning when we first came over here. Now, they show you that in the movie by Nate Parker, Birth of a Nation. How they would get these pastors to preach a smooth word to Jake, to keep Jake in submission, to keep Jake calmed down, to keep Jake from going up and rising up. And you have these same pastors, like these Reverend Al Sharpton, these Reverend Jackson, they come out here and they get in front of the spearhead the crowd before Jake goes up and rise up, and they try to talk away, calm Jake down and say, let's find a peaceful way to bring about, compromise with these oppressors. And therefore, their job is to keep Jake under check, under submission. So we have to be mindful in these times, man. No man is going to deliver you, as scripture tells you in these times. Only it's going to be Yahushua. And the words that's coming out through these prophets, man, is the truth that's revealing these Judas ghosts, man, that's there to sell out our people. A lot of these secret societies, man, there are a lot of Jakes involved in. These so-called Masons, these sorority groups, once they get higher up, they fall up under the rule under Esau Edom. So they have these little Boule groups that really are gatekeepers to keep, Jake in check. Jake is not going to be able to advance or further in this system unless he's going to find some way to sell his soul to the system. He's going to have to compromise to the system. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 18. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. And the overflowing scourge is going to be when all hell breaks loose, like in the time of Jacob's trouble, and when they bring these draconian laws by way of these Gerber UN troops. These sellout, these bootlegs, these gatekeepers, they're going to be destroyed as well, because, like I said, they are tools to the oppressor. And once he's finished done with them, he's going to destroy them as well. These entertainers, these Jay-Z's and Beyonce's, and these athletes that they prop up and put in front of you, all these compromised Jakes, man, are going to be destroyed, man, in that time. Going to go into First Maccabees, the Apocrypha. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we destroyed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. So it tells you, it goes way back to the time of Maccabees, man, that our people who became compromised convinced the mass multitude of our people to fall under the leadership of these heathens, man, to follow the ways and forego our ways of following after Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. And therefore our people become like the heathen. And that's why when you hear in the writings of Apostle Paul, where he's talking about, the heathen can be saved, is talking about our people who became like the heathen. They took on the customs of the heathen. They lived amongst the Gentiles and they became as Gentiles. Our salvation is going to come down through the bloodline, and only the elect is going to be saved during this time, man. So those ones that became like the heathen, they're going to be destroyed, man, right along with the heathen. When Yahushua comes back in the ICBM missile strike over here in Babylon the Great, you wicked ass Jakes, man, you Jakes going to be destroyed right along with it, because you are like the heathen, man. You're incurable. You got a sickness that's in you that only way it's going to be cured is going to be through that fire, man. But yeah, if you go through the Apocrypha and through the Bible, man, you can find many instances of where our people, sold us out, man. It's nothing new. Jake being other Jakes using the oppressors using other Jakes to sell and dismantle and destroy, our nation. And the only way we're gonna be able to get out of this, is through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. So with all that being said, man, I pray this lesson edifying. Be mindful, keep your head on the swivel. We're in the last days, Lord will, that 2024 be the year of our Savior, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, that he comes back to gather up his elect. And Lord will, that we're able to endure those of us that's in this truth to be found worthy to be saved during that time, man. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. With that, say shalom.